Hey guys, good morning. This Monday morning we are starting our last unit, our third unit for this quarter. We're going to start learning a little bit about reproduction, genetics, inheritance, one of my favorite things to teach. So on this first day of this new unit, will you please complete your do now, which is to either click on this picture or click on these words and just take a 8-question pre-assessment of the vocabulary. This is just to help your teacher know how much of this vocabulary have you heard before? How much is new? Maybe you got some of these words last year in 6th grade, which is great. If not, we want to make sure that we are teaching you everything you need to know. This is not for a grade. This is just take you 5 minutes. It helps your teachers teach you better. That's kind of the point. So please open that up, do that for your do now, and we'll keep going. I have a scientist of the day for you, of course. We're going to watch a video together. Well, I'm actually just going to tell you to watch the video. I'm going to go through some Pear Deck slides with you, and you will find on Google Classroom a Pear Deck link that if you miss live class, you can do that to go through all the Pear Deck slides, okay? And then your independent work is a homeschool connection that's due on Friday. You have all week, and I'll talk about that a little bit. So our new unit is about, like I said, inheritance, genetic, DNA, genes. Maybe we'll even get to what mutations are and how you guys are all mutants. Very cool stuff. Okay, so normally, so at this point we would start Pear Deck. I want you guys to watch this video. What are traits? It just gives you a nice preview before we go into the Pear Deck. And I'm just going to read through the Pear Deck questions again. To do the Pear Deck, you will need to go to Google Classroom and open up the Pear Deck that is the student-paced Pear Deck slides that you should find. Hopefully your teacher's got those up there for you. The features or characteristics of an organism are called, all living things do it. Some do it alone. Some need a partner. What is it? When we say reproduce, what do we mean? Is it the molecules that exist after a chemical reaction? Is it to make more offspring or more of one's kind? Is it the young or descendants of a species? Or is it something done with another individual? So there's 2 types of traits. There are inherited traits, the characteristics or features you get from your parents. And then there's acquired traits that you get after you're born, like this scar here on this actor, Michael something, a fantastic actor, just don't know his name. You're going to circle the type. So I want you to come in and circle which of these, acquired or inherited, do you get from your genes? Which ones do your genes determine? Okay. I want you to name a trait that you inherited from your family. You're going to type it in. I also want you to type in some traits that you see in these pictures that are acquired traits. If you need to remember what an acquired trait is, come back up here, 2 slides. Traits that you get after you're born. Here's another word for babies. What's another word for babies? By the way, ringtail lemur is my favorite animal. Look how amazing it is. What these little babies, what's another word you can call them? You call them young, you call them descendants, or here's a little family tree, just a silly icon picture. Will you circle all the people in one generation? There are 3 generations. Circle all the people in one. We're practicing this word generation. Put the dot on the organelle where your DNA is stored. Remember the word organelle from 6th grade when you learned about cells? Which organelle is where your DNA is stored? DNA is a type of molecule. It's deoxyribonucleic acid, DNA. Which of the following are made of DNA? And you're going to choose multiple choice. There's 4 options, but there's 2 types. There's 2 DNA molecules that we're going to refer to. One's much smaller, one's much bigger. Here are the big ones. What are the big ones called? The word is in this picture. These are pictures of them over here. You've got 46 of them. You've got 23 pairs. You get 23 from your mom, you get 23 from your dad. So you have 46, but then you have many, many copies of those 46. Circle the short piece of DNA that codes for specific traits. We talked about this a little bit already, so this might be kind of easy. Is it a cell, a chromosome, a DNA, or a gene? What's the short piece of DNA that codes for specific traits? And which are not determined by your genes? Is it a tiger's fur color, the languages you speak, the size of a toucan's beak, or your favorite sports team? I think you have two things to drag them to the two that are these two traits that are not determined by your genes. And then finally, I want you to name and draw one trait that you inherited from your parents. So that's it for the Pear Deck. For your independent work, you have a homeschool connection. This is a picture of it right here. You're going to find it in Google Classroom today, and it's not due until Friday. We want to give you all week to work on it. It's going to require you can watch this video for more instructions. I open it and I show you my example here, but you can kind of see in the picture, you're going to take selfies. This is called Selfies and Traits. You're going to take some selfies with your Chromebook, and I show you how right here. I also show you how in the video. I want you to take selfies with somebody in your home, probably somebody you're related to, but it could just be a pet. And no matter what, I want you guys to describe traits that you have in common and traits that are different. You can see my example here. There's an example on everybody's homeschool connection when you open it. Again, watch the video for more, but that's your only work. So if you have somebody at home or you have a pet right now, do this. You're done. Yes, that's it for me. I'll see you guys tomorrow.